Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Ellarie here, and of course my basic background, which I did promise one of you guys in the comments, it will not remain this for the entire year. Promise. Anyway, today's video is just me using a bunch of new products that I got in PR. Some old, some new. I also would like you guys to pay homage and attention to my shirt. This is my old boo, my ex-husband, Genuine. This was the first shirt I've ever bought, like going to a concert. It was the Ladies Night tour, like maybe 98. But you know, Genuine is underrated to this day in my opinion, so I just gave him a shout out. Like, I know it has nothing to do about this tutorial, but I mean, he's over here glistening with his little curls, so I just thought I would let y'all know who it is. So let's get started. This first product I'm going to use is in the not new category. I just haven't used it in a long time because I ran out and never re-upped. But I recently went on a trip with YSL and got my refill. And this is the YSL Touche Eclat Bleu primer. You guys remember I used to say that in my videos like all wrong, Touche Eclat Bleu. And I also learned at the lunch that I had with them that Touche Eclat means like a touch of light, which is why all these gold flakes are in here to brighten your skin and give you that touch of light and that touch of brightness. So I'm gonna use that to prime my skin because I love this primer. One of my old time faves. Yes, I'm missing 2 nails, okay? It's been like over a month since I got my nails done, but I'm like 30 minutes from my nail shop now compared to 5 minutes at my old house, so, you know. The next thing I'm going to use is new to me. I'm not sure if it's an absolute new foundation, but I'm assuming it is. It's from HOURGLASS. It's called Vanish. It is their Seamless Finish Liquid Foundation, and it did seem pretty seamless when I swatched it on my hand. However, I'm not sure if this color is going to match, so if it doesn't, I will use one of my old faves. I know I don't usually use a brush. This is the brush that they sent with it, but I'm going to try to just use this because I'm not even sure if this color is going to work anyway. So we're just gonna swatch on my chin real quick. The one darker than this was like extremely darker. So I know if this color doesn't match, the next color they sent me, they only sent me 3, is not gonna work. So I'm just gonna blend this in and give it some time to set. So this is the shade Almond that I just put right here. I let it set for a little bit and then went into some different mirrors. And it actually seems to be blending in really well, even though initially I thought it was on the red side, like a smidge too red. It looks like it's setting kind of perfectly. So I'm just gonna take the risk and use this as my foundation all over instead of switching to a different one. So I worked it all in, and I don't know what you guys are seeing on the camera because sometimes you guys see something differently than what I see in person. But with me walking around the house and letting it set a little bit, you know, eat my salami, this shade is a little on the redder side for me. I usually don't go red at all when it comes to my foundation, but it looks a smidge too red, but not like stoplight red, not like my sweater red, just like a smidge too red. But I have a feeling this foundation will work out. I don't have anywhere important to be today, so I'm just gonna try this out. I usually don't like to try out a new foundation and concealer at the same time. But like I said, I don't have nowhere to be today, so I'm just gonna try it out and see how these two pair together. This is the 16-hour e.l.f. Camo Concealer. I haven't tried this before yet. I chose the shade Deep Cinnamon because it looks like it's like a half a shade lighter, which is usually how I like to do it on most days. Okay, so this is the new Fenty powder. I know I've used this on my channel before, but I really love this powder and I've been using it with any foundation, any concealer I've worn since I've gotten it because it is not as yellow. It has more of a tan base to it, which helps when it comes to blending, at least for me. I know I was worried about the fragrance of this powder when I originally reviewed it and accidentally sniffed it, but it didn't seem to affect me. I like the smell, I like the color, I like the formula, so everything worked out. So to chisel out this skin, I actually heard from you all that one of my favorite contour powders by CoverGirl, the Ebony Queen Collection bronzer, was being discontinued. I didn't know about that until y'all told me. Even though I have some left, it's about time that I found a replacement because I'm not gonna even be able to refill that. So I just got this PR package the other day too from CoverGirl, coincidentally. It is their full spectrum collection. I know you guys have probably heard about this already, where they are coming out with a complete collection to represent deeper complexions. It is called Full Spectrum, as I said before. And this is one of the shades from their Matte Ambition All Day Powder Foundations. This is the shade Deep Cool. Ooh. I didn't know it was called Deep Cool until I just looked at the color and thought that it may work for a contour. I'm still gonna try it, and if it doesn't work, I'll fix it. I always like to blot my contour powder on just so that I don't go in too heavy. This is the Zoeva Luxe Sheer Cheek Brush number 127. Start out with a light hand and then build as necessary for your bone structure. Powder actually isn't like hella cool, so the color is working fine for me. Next for the highlight, I'm not real familiar with this brand or how to pronounce them. I don't know if it's Kaja, KJ. Not really sure. I just got this in the mail. This is what the packaging for this particular product looks like. This is a roller glow. Like literally, it even comes with a roller brush. They only gave me one shade, which I'm not sure how it's gonna look on my complexion, but I decided to try it out anyway. It is pretty much like a cream highlighter. It comes with a mirror and this roller brush, and you pretty much roll the brush as you would if you were painting, I'm assuming. I did try to swatch this and notice you have to be pretty consistent with gliding this on the brush in order for it to come out consistent on your cheek. So that's what I'm going to do first, by just rolling the little brush into this color to make sure that it is evenly applied to the brush, so that it will evenly apply to my skin. And now we're gonna see how this looks. Y'all already know how I feel about putting cream over powder, but I'm trying to be optimistic, so let's see. I'm not 100% mad. Like, it doesn't look bad. However, I'm still not a fan of putting cream over powder. That's just something that I'm just not a fan of. I just don't like how it changes the consistency of that area. I'd rather go over powder with powder. It may even look fine on camera. I mean, it doesn't to me. But I probably maybe could have used this before my foundation to give like a little hint of glow underneath my foundation, but I don't like the way it looks over my powder. But I'm gonna be consistent on this other side since I already applied it over here, and just add some over here. This color highlight is also one I wouldn't typically wear. It's like, it's iridescent, but it has a lot of purple in it. And I'm usually like a gold, rose gold, straight to the point type of highlighter. It's called Cosmic Laundry. If you guys are interested in this highlighter, it's not bad. So I'm gonna go over this with a pressed powder. This is also from the CoverGirl Full Spectrum collection. This is their Rose Rush palettes. And I'm gonna use this color in the middle, just a smidge though. This highlight really wants to stick to that cream. Jesus, so much for a smidge. I forgot to add my face powder anyway, so hopefully that moves out some of this highlight, which is too much to me. Alright, so now I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do for my eyes. All I know so far is that I'm gonna try to use this Maybelline Soda Pop palette because I really like the colors in here, and maybe some glitters or whatnot. I'm not sure yet. We're just gonna experiment and then see what we come up with and rejoin each other. First, prime my eye with Benefit's Don't Stray and my nailless finger to get in them nooks and crannies. Then using this Maybelline Soda Pop palette, the first color I went into is Crushing, this matte orange shade right here. Actually, no, that's not right. The first shade I went to was Cola Float, and I blend that in first and then went over that with Crushing and mixed those two colors together. Next with Crushing. Then next I'm gonna grab a pencil brush and go into Cherry on Top, another matte shade, but this time this is like a cranberry shade. And I'm gonna focus that into the outer V and slanting that into the center of the lid. Next, I'm going to this Huda Beauty Matte and Metal Melted Shadow. I've never used this before, and I've seen this on IG, and I've always thought like it was interesting. Pretty much one side is like a matte, almost cream eyeshadow that you can blend in, and the other side is a metal topper. I'm gonna start with this side, which is Double Pump Latte, the matte side of the wand. I pretty much use this as a base as people would for like if they were doing a cut crease. Even though I've seen people use this as like a full-on eyeshadow, I'm pretty much carving out my lid and then kind of blending the rest out. And then I'm just going to use a brush to go over that transition. And before I blend everything out all the way, I'm going to go in with the metal side. You don't want to go over the metallicized one part too much, or it will look a little flaky, kind of like it is on this side. But that's typically the rule for anything liquid. Don't want to overly layer it or it will kind of peel. I mean, it's not falling off, so I'm just going to put another layer on it just so both eyes will match. I added a little more cherry on top to the crease on both eyes. Now for the liner, I use ColourPop's new liquid liners. I'm not really sure if I'll call this a liquid liner as opposed to like a liquid pen, felted pen, because for liquid liners, I consider them something that you dip into liquid. And this is kind of like a pen where you shake it up. It's not like super vinyl and it's not matte, so it's kind of like in between. I prefer completely matte, like blackest of black of matte. I did notice that since I'm not dipping it into a liquid and I'm instead having to shake it up, that the consistency isn't as consistent as opposed to what I usually like when it comes to liquid liners, but it's not so bad. So I'm just going to show you how I apply it on this eye. I know they already have gel pots and now these liquid liner felt tip pens, but I hope they eventually come out with like a true liquid liner with that matte black finish. Now I'm going to use cherry on top and go underneath the lash line with a smudger brush. Use Drop Top, which I probably didn't mention was the name of the other side of that double pump latte pen. I'm going to use that for the inner corner as well. Then I'm going to add Urban Decay's 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil and Perversion to my waterline. These lashes are from OG Lashes in the style, I believe, 31. And then I'm just going to add Monsieur Big Mascara from Lancome to my top and bottom lashes. I love all the new products I tried today, from the foundation to the concealer to the lipstick to the eyeshadow, all that. Everything I used in this tutorial can be found in the caption below. If there's anything else you guys want me to try out, make sure you guys let me know in the comments. You guys know I read those, whether or not I respond to all of them or not. And let me know what you guys want to see next on my channel. But until next time, mwah.